Hey friends, welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and we are going to do a spending breakdown of the month of June here in YNAB. So let's take a look. All right, you guys, so we're going to jump right in and we're going to break down how we spent $11,007.06 in the month of June. So before we get into the spending, I'm going to jump over into the income versus expense tab and we're going to talk about what we brought in income wise in the month of June. So here on the income versus expense tab, you can see all the income sources that I had for the month of June listed here. So in cashback or rewards, this is anything from the credit cards that we swipe. We received $131.32. Hubby did transfer less than $3,000 in. He was owing me a little bit of money, but he ended up sending it in early July. So $2,520 was what he transferred into our joint bills account. Lending Club Bank did send me $104.72. This was a refund because I guess I overpaid when I paid off the loan in the month of May. So this refund came in and I repurposed it. Monthly interest on all our accounts was $4.26. My paychecks came in at $4,967.54. Side hustle money, this is $4.30 that I received from you guys just clicking on the link in my description and going over to Ko-Fi and just buying the spreadsheets that I use. It's a very small amount for the spreadsheets, so I do share my monthly budget spreadsheet. I think I share a debt tracker there as well. So if you have not been to my Ko-Fi page, go ahead. There should be a link in the description for you guys to take a look. They're not expensive. These are things that I created for myself, and I do also showcase them here for you guys to see when I do the budgets in Google Sheets. SSI benefits came in at $1,375.50. So the total inflow or income into the month of June, $9,107.64. So that's all the income that we had that came in June. Now there was some rollover that came in from the month of May, but YNAB doesn't show that here, even though I did jump ahead and budgeted or assigned money into the future month. It's only thinking about what comes in during that month. So now let's get over to the spending breakdown. Here it is right here. You can see the $11,007.06. Now I am a little bummed because we ended up spending more than I really wanted to towards the end of the month. So we were doing well from the first of the month to about the 20th of the month when I got my second paycheck. But you guys, the last 10 days of June, oh boy, it was very spendy. And you will see this when I go through the expenses. So the first category, or this is our biggest category that we spend in, is home expenses. $3,653.79 was spent. Our biggest category here is rent for $2,500. That's just the normal amount that we pay. Heating oil. Now, heating oil is something that I wasn't planning on getting in the month of June. So when I last checked the levels of the fuel, we were about half a tank. And you guys, I swear, the next time I checked, it was under a quarter tank. It was heading down to empty. So I went ahead and had them fill the tank again. So hopefully this can last us until the end of August. That's what I'm hoping. We ended up spending $544.42 on heated oil. Cell phone. Now, this one was a little bit crazy. I did do a post, a community post showing you after telling you guys that hubby ran his phone over with the truck. This was complete accident. He said that he got in the truck and he was looking for the phone to make a call. And the next thing you know, he was like, "Where's my phone?" When he backtracked and looked, he found the phone in the road, completely shattered. So it was a lost cause. He barely was able to get the information. He did take it to a shop to get it fixed. The most that the tech at the shop could do was help him to get all of his information transferred over to the new phone. Hence why we have such a big charge here for cell phone, $386.35. Now the bill was $225.79 because there was long distance charges. I was thinking it was from hubby, but it was from my daughter, my older daughter. But anyway, $225.79 was the phone bill. The replacement phone through T-Mobile, we do have installments to pay on this phone. We had to pay upfront for the taxes, $460.50 to 56 cents to replace his phone. So that's where the extra charge came in. The cell phone bill is not that high. But I do know in the month of July, I did budget $270, and I'm hoping it comes in less than that. We shall see. The next one is electric for 134. This is standard. We are on the budget or balance billing. It is normalized. It comes to be the same amount every month, and we are rounding out to the end of the 12-month period. So they should be recalculating, and I'm hoping it goes down less than 134 instead of going up for the next 12 months. Internet and home phone, $89.02, which is standard. Our next category here is debt. This one was very normal for the month of June. So $2,545.62 is what YNAB is registering. But there was some additional because YNAB is not showing you any credit card payments here because the credit card balances that I'm paying off is for past balances, and YNAB doesn't really recognize that in here. I'm not paying any credit card interest, which is great. So I did pay $737 for credit cards in the month of June, and that's for my mattress firm for 67, my Apple card for 25, and $645 went to my Discover card because that is the debt that I'm working on. So that's $737 to credit card, not shown here. My personal loan was the biggest in this category for $1,151.04. Auto loan was next for $939.23. Affirm, I did go ahead and put a category in for $415.35. Student loan came in at 40. My next category is food. This one, ooh, you guys, look at this number. $1,979.23. Holy macaroni. We are out of control with the food. So, groceries and consumables. Now, this is anything that can be consumed in the household. So, this does include laundry detergent, dishwasher pods, dishwasher liquid, any kind of hand soap, hand sanitizer, toilet paper, paper towel, anything that is consumable within our home. This comes under the groceries slash consumables. But you guys, $1,475.63 was spent just on that. Now, my budget for food for the month of June was only $1,200. So this is absolutely crazy. But it didn't stop there because dining out came in at $503.60. And this is by far the most that I've spent dining out ever. You guys, this is crazy. I did go to Jamaica for my birthday, so this charge here for Starbucks when we were on our way back at the airport, I did buy my sister's breakfast. Also, when we got to, I think we were at the train station waiting to get on the train to come home, I did go ahead and get something to eat. I did go to Legoland with the kids. The after school program did do a trip at the end of June. It was like a year end trip, and I did take the kids. Now, here is lunch at Legoland for $31. There is ice cream. It was hot as heck out there, you guys. Hot, when I say hot, hot. I think my little one ended up getting dehydrated because halfway through walking around in the park, she told me she wasn't feeling well. We pop a squat. We found a shady spot on a bench in the corner, and she went to sleep. You guys, we were at Legoland and my little one went to sleep. She was not having it. So I knew she wasn't feeling well and I think she was dehydrated. So we got ice cream. We hydrated as much as we can. But my son was with the other kids. So they went out and they had a good time. While he was walking around with the rest of the group, I sat with my little one and all the backpacks. So they knew where to find me because I had all the backpacks. But anyway, snacks on the road. So we went a little bit crazy. Here's a McDonald's order. When we were on the way back, we stopped and got them dinner. It was just a lot, you guys. So and I did get pizza for the kids a couple of times. So this was out of control for not four, but $503.60. We can't do this again. No, we can't do this again. So yes, $1,979.23 was spent on food, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that. Our next category is my babies. $1,308.22 was spent. So for child support, $526. That's the normal. Camp activities, and for the summer camp, the fee, the last installment was $250. So that was paid in June. Braces for $225. The after school did get $160. Fun money and allowance got $60. Haircuts got $60. And clothes and shoes for the kids, I think I picked up a dress or something like that for my little one for $27.22. My next category is gifts and given. Now this one also wasn't planned for, but we rolled with the punches and we figured it out. So $492.81 was spent. So the first thing was teacher appreciation, and I spent $337.41. Now, this was not in my budget, but I did go ahead and purchase some things for my kids' teachers. So let me tell you, we live in a small town, and the small town that we live in, my kids go to a very small school. So all the teachers interact with both of my two kids. So my son was in fourth grade, my daughter was in pre-K. All of the teachers interact with all of the kids. So there was 5 teachers in the school that I did buy gifts for, and also the bus driver. So my son takes the bus to school, my daughter, I drive to school. So I did go ahead and got the teachers appreciation gifts, and I also got something for the bus driver. So the total spent, like I said, $337.41. Now, I can't replace what they do for my children. My kids were very happy this school year, and I am happy that they were happy, and I'm very thankful to the teachers. And I also do want to say, if there's any teachers out there that's watching, thank you so much for the work that you do. You guys are underappreciated sometimes, but the small parts that we could play as parents, and even for these little gifts, this is our way of saying thank you. It may not be much, but we do thank you. Next is birthdays. So my little one had a birthday in the month of June. Her birthday was June 14th. She turned 5, milestone birthday. So we did go out to eat. I spent $122.27, but that was not all that I spent because, well, I should say it was spent, yes, but that wasn't all because there was a $150 that came in from one of my nephews for my little one's birthday, which was it was amazing. He was like, Auntie, I'm going to send you some money. Please get her a cake or ice cream or whatever it is. Well, guess what? That $150 took us out to dinner for $136. So we went to a clubhouse which had an arcade. So we had dinner there and then we went to the arcade. It was just me and my 3 children. Hubby was at work. We had cake when we got back home. So that is something that I did for my daughter. I also brought in cupcakes to school for her to share with her friends at school. And then I did also bring in cupcakes to share with her friends at the after school program. So that was something that I did. And then I got a gift for my partner. Her birthday was on the 12th, 2 days before my daughter. So that's where the birthdays came in. But you can see here, there's $150 inflow into the birthday account or the birthday category to offset those costs. Next is Friendsgiving for 2313. This is for my little one. Her pre-K class was very little, and I got gifts for her friends in class. My son didn't really do anything for the kids in his class. Now, next is tips for $10. This was for the barber. My son did get his haircut twice in the month of June. The first part of June was on the 3rd, and then I did have to get his haircut again for graduation. So, given was a little bit more than I thought that I would spend. I was expecting to spend about $150, but it is what it is. We were able to cover it between hubby and I. The inflow from my nephew was very unexpected, but I was very happy to receive that. My next group is cars. $444.21 was spent. Car insurance was $237.88. Car fuel was $196.03, and parking fees and tolls was $10.30. I think this was when I parked my car to take the train when I was going away for my birthday trip. All right, the next category here is personal. $254.53 was spent. The biggest one was pocket money, $201.32 was spent. So cash that was spent on my birthday was $144. And I did buy hubby a new phone case. I did have to pay for an Uber for him one night. He had to come home after dropping a car off. And then I bought a new budget book on Amazon. That is my guilty pleasure, is just buying new books or journals to write in. I think I'm going to return it because I don't think I have any need for it. But that's what I spent, $201.32. And the next one was braids and things for $53.21. I need to get my hair braided again, so I needed to get some supplies. Next category here is subscriptions for $189.77. Now you can see here that I did have annual subscriptions go through. So YNAB went through for $118.54. This is for the annual subscription. The debt payoff planner, this is the app that I use and I track and show you guys my debt. This one also renewed for $26.10. That is for the year. Amazon Prime was for $16.30. iCloud storage was $9.99. HP Inc. came in at $8.69. SiriusXM for $7.99, and Google Cloud came in at $2.16. Now, I need to tell you that YNAB and the Debt Payoff Planner, these were paid for using my sinking funds. This does not come out of the budget, and this is a sinking fund that all the cash back that I do receive by swiping my Apple Card, that's what paid for these two. So there is some plus, and even the fact that I'm not paying any interest on that card right now, I'm just gaining some cash back. So that is awesome. Next category is health and wellness. $94.81 was spent. I did pay medical copays for $68.34 and did pick up prescription at the pharmacy for $26.47. The next category is family. This is the last one. Now, this is my group for sinking funds. I spent $16.28 in around the house. I don't know why I started on the bottom. And then I spent $35.75 in travel. And this was just paying for my train fare to come home when I left Jamaica. And also, this was for the this was for the air train. So that's it, $52.03. And that's all of the categories, you guys. So that is the $11,007.06 that was spent. Now down here, there was some positive inflow into the budget of $7.96. This was money that came from the business account. So there is one expense that keeps or that goes against my personal account that the business pays for. I always transfer $300 in every 2 weeks, but the payment that goes out bi-weekly is a little bit less. I think it's $296 and a couple cents. And that leaves the positive inflow because I'm now inflowing the money from the business account into the category that it's meant for. So before I used to send it to ready to assign and then put it from ready to assign to the business category. But now I don't do that anymore because I don't want it to reflect on my income. So I inflow it directly into the business category that I have here, which is right here, business expense. All right, you guys. So that's it. $11,007.06 was spent in the month of June. How did you guys do? Were you on budget? Were you under budget? Or were you over budget like we were in some categories, especially food for us? I would love to know. So chit chat with me in the comments. Click subscribe if you have not already done so. Click the like button. Just let YouTube know that you enjoyed this video and come back and join me for the next one. So again, my name is Melissa and thank you guys for being here. Bye now.